All right, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue Year 6 with our Arizona Coyotes. Up here in December, oh, actually, we just started January, and our record is looking pretty good, 23, 11, and 3. So things are going quite nicely this year. In the last video, I was asking you guys, what do you think about our roster? Any line changes, any trades? And, some comments were pointing out the fact that, hang on, let me go with line changes. Some people were pointing out the fact that Anze Kopitar is no longer 4.5 star. He dropped to 4 star. He is 32 years old, and yes, look at that, 4-star potential. So, some comments were suggesting that we should trade away Anze Kopitar before he loses that 91 overall. And, that makes sense for a rebuilding team, but we're no longer rebuilding. We need guys like Keith Yandle and Anze Kopitar to lead this team. I want to be in the playoffs every year and still grow our younger players. And a guy like Matthew Barzal, he's going to take over for Anze Kopitar. Yes, we could trade away Anze Kopitar right now and just get another stud, but you got to hold on to these players. We got a good thing going right now. And these guys, Anze Kopitar is our forward captain. I'm going to start the simulation. We'll talk a little bit about it while it's simulating. But he's our forward captain, and Keith Yandle is our defensive captain, all right? I want to be competitive while drafting, while developing. And I think we've done that. We've done a pretty good job in Arizona. You can't just trade away our team's 2 best players, all right? You don't build a guy or sign a guy in free agency who's 90 overall just to trade him. I know you can do that kind of stuff, but nah, man, we're not going to do that here in Arizona. I look at it like this. Our team is better than it was last year because we grew a little bit. Matthew Barzal got better. We have some more depth, younger players. Our defensive core got a little bit better. Our goaltending situation got a little bit better. All right, so that's good news. And then you look to next year, and I think, again, if we hold on to Keith Yandle and Anze Kopitar, I don't think they're going to retire this year. I think if you play them on the first line and they get points, they'll stay up there in overalls, right? So we can hold on to these guys for another year and come back, and I think our team's going to be even better for next year. And look what we're doing this year. We're 26, 13, and 3 already. It might be coincidence. We may have a losing streak ahead of us, which I hope doesn't happen, but whatever. But when you look at next year, I think we're going to be a better team because we're going to have Kopitar and Yandle still, but our younger players are going to be even better than they are this year. Hopefully our goaltending situation, hopefully Hope jumps up. That would be nice. Or Google Vaz. I'll take either one of them jumping up. Then Ryan Pilon, if we're playing him in the top 4 this year, maybe he jumps up. We need that top 2 defenseman. Jesse Mills is going to come up eventually. Our entire middle 6, if we can just get 2 of those guys to jump up to top 6 forwards, we're going to be even better next year. But we got to hold on to Kopitar and Yandle because that's a 87 overall defenseman and a 91 overall forward. You can't just replace those guys like that. And look at this. Ekman Larsson's gone down with an injury, and now I need Yandle there. Fractured jaw. Ooh. Oh, you know what? He won't miss that too much time. January 28th. So I'll just go to replace player for now. He's only going to miss a game or 2. I think the All-Star break is coming up anyways. You know what? I'm going to go for a drink. Oh, hang on a second. Scout assignment. Where should we send the scout out this time? Doesn't really matter. I'm not going to be having that good of a draft year this year. We've already drafted hardcore forwards, SHL. And that's what I mean, right? Like, yeah, you can trade away Kopitar and Yandle and get the top draft picks just to get them. But I want to be competitive this year. And look what Keith Yandle and Kopitar are doing for our team, man. I don't know if, you know what? Hang on. Is Yandle on the top 2 or is he in top 4 right now? He is top 2, so that's what I mean. You need him there. Keith Ollie, you're going to come off. Ekman Larsson, you're going to go back on there. Keith Ollie, I'm going to scratch you. All right, but like you get away Yandle, yeah, you can trade for somebody, but why? We got Ryan Pilon, who we're trying to grow, and we got Jesse Mills. We still have Stone, Gormley, Barry, Yandle, Ekman Larsson, relatively still pretty young. And offense, Barzal's going to take over for the future, but you can go Kopitar and Barzal for the next 2 years easily. I know he's going to be losing stars, but he's still going to be a first-line forward for the next 2 years, so hold on to him, man, and build for the future. Yeah, no, I'm gonna definitely hold on to him. I'm just trying to think of scenarios where I could trade him, but you know what? You got to hold on to him. He's getting it done right now. And ever since you guys suggested to move Tyler Toffoli over to the right wing, look what that first line's doing for us right now. We're a 30, 13, and 4 team, and our leading goal scorer is Tyler Toffoli on the first line, alongside of Anze Kopitar, our leading assist man with 33. You got to keep him in there, boys. My number 1 priority right now is to entertain our Arizona Coyote fans, and that's making it into the playoffs while also still getting better year to year. And as long as I stay on track with that goal, we're going to be a good team eventually. I thought we were a good team last year once we made the playoffs. All right, it was just the goaltender. I think we got the goaltender situation, I don't want to say handled, but it's it's been cleaned up a little bit. It's not as dire as it was last year with an 84 and an 80. And I was reading some more comments. Is that true? Hang on a second here. Is Darcy Kemper on the top of the league for goals against and save percentage? If that's the case, man, I traded the wrong goalie when I traded Kemper and not Byzantine. He was on the Rangers, right? You guys were saying goals against. Yeah, he's up there in 4th place. 2.37 goals against average and a save percentage of .924. Fucking Darcy Kemper, man. Should have held on to him instead of Byzantine. That was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake by GM Superb, man. It happens, boys. It definitely happens. I've had a lot of busts in this series, man. That's all right. We're still building up. We're taking our sweet time with this. But at least it hasn't been like 6 years of failure like the Edmonton Oilers or the Toronto Maple Leafs, where it's like, we're rebuilding, but we're like so bad we're not making the playoffs. We're not getting good players. Nah, we've been making the playoffs every single year. Been, the first 3 years, it was a little bit rocky in the playoffs with the no home game wins and losing like 12 in a row or something like that in the playoffs. But you know what? We're back on track now, and our young guns can lead us into the future. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Barzell and hopefully Pilon as well. They were both drafted in the same year. As long as Pilon gets to a top 4 defenseman, I'm fine with that. Because we saw Yandel cap off at 8. Well, when he starts, does he grow in year number 1? I don't even know if Yandel grows in year number 1. But Ekman Larson, man, I really wanted him to get up to like 90 overall. He capped off at 86, right? So for Pilon, if he can get up to 84, 85, 86, I'm fine with that because that's a top 4 defenseman taken care of, and he's got a hell of a shot. So all we need is Ryan Pilon to get a little bit more accuracy on that shot, and he might be a first-line power play defenseman for the future. Might be able to get like 15 goals a season, right? So Pilon is fine. He may not be a top 2, but Jesse Mills, man, defensive defenseman, I'm looking for big things out of him. But if they both cap off at a top 4, that's definitely something we want to get in the future, a top 2 defenseman. Strictly a top 2 defenseman. All right, I'm going to go for a drink right here. Our team's playing pretty good. Did I just jinx us? Yes, I did. Hang on a sec. Oh, yeah. Roland McEwen has been injured with a mild concussion. So that's the AHL team, so I'll just replace the player right there. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be too much, I don't think it's going to be a very long GM mode video just because we're going to go up to the trade deadline, but I don't think any changes need to be made. Maybe some suggestions for line changes this time, boys. If our penalty kill is still not doing that good. But, I mean, what's wrong with our team right now? Absolutely nothing. 37, 18, and 5. I'm telling you, I think Hope, you guys are right. Hope's not like a superstar goaltender like you guys wanted me to get. But you know what? He's at least a starting goaltender in the NHL, and therefore he's getting it done back there. Weller. Yeah, Weller. You're going to come off. McEwen's right there. He's at least a starting goalie in the NHL, and since we have, a lot of pieces on that team, you just get a decent goalie in there and look at the kind of record that we have, right? So, yeah, last year, Byzantine and Google Vaz really brought us down. But that's what I mean. Year to year, we're getting better. So there's no need to trade away players. We already had our rebuild. Think about it next year, man. Next year, we should be better than we are this year if our younger players, grow like we want them to. So, no, you got to hold on to the players and play it out. This is what we've done. This is what we've built here in Arizona. We got to play it out. Where the hell is the trade deadline? Is it almost here? 23, 33, and 5 for the Minnesota Wilds. I want to see, actually, can we get to 40 wins before the trade deadline? We might actually have yeah, there it is. I was going to say, we actually might have a chance at the President's Trophy this year. So we've lost 3 in a row, and we've actually, before that, well, after that winning streak, 4-game winning streak, we lost 5 of 6, but that's okay. All right, but 37, 20, and 6 for the Arizona Coyotes. All right, so you know what? Let's do a whole, mid-season wrap-up here, so hang on one second. All right, so we're here at the trade deadline, and our team is looking very good. 80 points right now, which puts us tied for 2nd in the NHL. The Edmonton Oilers in our division are way up there, but this is what I mean. We should, no doubt, be a playoff team. And if we go to my GM tracker here, I'll just show you guys year by year what we've been doing here, all right? So, I mean, the year 2, we magically made it into the playoffs. Then we had 2 good years, and then the goaltending faux pas that we had last year. The only reason the points went down last year was because of the goaltender. If you look at the goals against, I mean, 228 to after a year of 205, all right? And we didn't actually score as many goals either. So, we wanted to sort out that first line with Toffoli, and he scored more goals now that he's moved to the right side. So, our goals for is going up, and more importantly, our goals against is lower. I mean, we're at the trade deadline, and we already have 80 points compared to last year. At end of the year, we had 89 points, all right? So, we're slowly getting better, and if we make the playoffs, which we should this year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it'll be the 5th consecutive year the Arizona Coyotes have made the playoffs. That's success, man. I'm telling you, as a Leaf fan, 5 straight years in the playoffs, that's success. I'll take that. That is success. And we're getting better year to year. So the deep playoff runs hopefully are coming. All right, so let's go and take a look at all the stats. You know what? Hang on a second here. There you go. Goals against average. Scrivens, where is... all right, at least Darcy Kemper's not there anymore. Yeah, he fell off the list a little bit, so that's good news for us. Is Hope up there? I didn't even check. No, Hope's not up there. All right. But wins, Hope is at the top of the NHL with 29 wins. All right. Points, are we up there? No, we're not up there for anywhere. That's okay. I don't think so. Yeah, no, we're not up there. Assists, are we up there? Kopitar's got 40. No, he's not up there. Stamkos is in 8th with 45. And goals, Toffoli is not up there. So we're not at the top for anything, but I guarantee you we got some depth goal scoring on this team. All right, there are the team stats now. Stats Central, let's do all this. Team standings. Let's see where we sit. So second in the NHL. This is what I mean about Kopitar in the end. You can't just trade away these guys, man. They're playing way too good for us right now. We're fourth in the NHL for goals for, so we're getting goals. So that's good news. Goals against per game. We've actually got up to 10th in the NHL. All right, 2.75. That is a far cry from where we were last year. That's incredible, actually, that we got that up there. So we are actually looking like a pretty good contender in the Western Conference this year if we can keep this up. With a goals for like that and a goals against that high up, you know, we should be able to get through the first round anyways. I don't want to jinx us, but you know what I mean. Power play percentage, 20.6, so that's pretty good. Penalty kill percentage, 78.4, so our penalty kill is still hurting us, but maybe that's the only way a team can score goals on us, you know what I mean? Time short-handed, let's see this. We are the most disciplined team in the NHL, though, so that's good news. All right, so our penalty kill isn't the greatest. So that's what I mean. Maybe it's just they have to go in. But we're the league's most disciplined team, so that's very good news. Our home record, 17-12-2. Our away record, 28-4. And our last 10, 5-4-1. So we've kind of slipped a little bit, but we got enough wins earlier on, so I'm not that... I mean, we should be a playoff team with that record. We're not going to falter now. We got too many good players. We'll get some wins. We may not win that President's Trophy, or we may not get second in our division, but we're going to get the playoffs this year, no doubt. We don't have to go like the last few years where we got to make it at the last damn second. All right, so Tyler Toffoli, basically point per game, 59 points in 63 games played, already a 30-goal scorer. So compared to what he did last, I mean, he's already beat his points from last year in like 20 less games played. So this guy playing on the right side is definitely getting it done, so that was a great idea. Anze Kopitar, he's basically point per game. So that's good news. All right, we need him to be at least like a 70-point scorer. Nail Yakupov. Yeah, he's looking like he's having the same kind of year. Maybe a little bit better, though. All right, but more importantly is just that first line. 2 out of the 3 are getting it done this year, so I'm fine with that. All right, Yakupov on the left wing is definitely a good idea. Matthew Barzal, he's got 40 points in 63 games played, so it looks like he's going to get the 50 points that I want out of your second liner, so that's good news. Max Domi's got 34 points. Sprong's got 26. Bo Horvat's got 19. Zach Smith's got 19. Pierlini's got 18. Pavel Bure's got 17. Clutterbuck's got 15. Roussel's got 14. All right, McMillan and Weiss. Now, remember, you know, you may see a player in here that's not getting as many goals as you thought, like a Pavel Bure, but our team is 4th in the NHL for goals for. We're getting goals from the first, second, and third line. I don't think there's any reason to do any line changes or anything like that right now. Defenseman, Keith Yandel with 49 points. You can't just trade away Keith. He's 33 years old. Yeah, he's got the 4-star potential just like Kopitar, but they're leading our team. I mean, Kopitar's second in points. Yandel's first in points for our defensive core. You can't trade these guys. They got to stay. And goaltenders, let's see. Hope, 2.64 goals against average, 29, 15, and 4, and a save percentage of 90.74. You're right. He's not playing out of this world, but he's helping the team. All right, he's playing better than our goaltenders last year. And Google Vaz is 8-6-0, so Google Vaz actually has some wins as the backup as well. All right, but I just like the 29, 15, and 4. That's what I like to to see out of Hope. And with those kind of stats, maybe he jumps up next year. You never know. All right. Yeah. Okay. There. Now, before we, let me just let's just take a look at our AHL team. So our AHL team, 27, 19, and 9. Petrie's got 46 assists already, so I'd imagine he's having a good year. You know what? We'll check out the stats of the AHL team. Why not? Let's do this. Oh, oops, whoops. Hang on a second. Let me back out of that. Let's just see what kind of year Petrie is having, because he was the wild card. If he jumps up to like an 82 or an 83, we might want to play him in the NHL team. What the hell? Come on, Jesus. Why is it taking so long? Just load the damn stats. AHL. It's going to take another fucking 10 seconds here. Come on, game. Just get the damn stats and then show them to me. Oh, my God. Okay, note to self. Don't show the AHL stats ever again. All right, there we go. All right, so let's see his points. Petrie, yeah, Petrie's got 58 points in 55 games played. So he's playing in the AHL, and he's actually jumped up to 80 overall. He was 79 overall, wasn't he? He's jumped up to 80. So playing in the AHL, you know, hopefully he has a really good year and jumps up for next year. Same thing with Strome and Korostelov, all right? Now, let's quickly take a look at the player progress reports. There you go. Let's see who's jumping up here. So Petrie jumped up by 13. So, you know what, him playing in the AHL is actually helping him out tremendously. So that's good news. And same thing with Doug DeVry. He jumped up by 16. My goodness. Jesse Mills only jumped up by 1, though. So it might be time for him to come up to the NHL. Barry's growing a little bit. So that's good news. What about goaltenders? Nope. Google Vaz and Hope, they didn't grow. And AHL, no, they didn't grow either. All right. So there you go, boys. We're up here at the trade deadline. If you have any suggestions for trades, go ahead. I don't think this is the year where we go all out for the Stanley Cup Finals yet. I think we should still hold on to our first-round picks and draft because we're going to know next year or the year after that who should play where. Pavel Bure, Sprong, but we got to play these guys to get them better. So if we're going to make a trade, you know, who comes off the team and who goes on the team. I like our roster right now. I like that we have injury players, maybe a defenseman, but you know, I want to play Pilon on that top 4 position and give him experience. It's the only way he's going to grow, right? And goaltender, I like our team this year. I like what they've been doing. I think we should give them the chance. So let me know what you guys think about our roster, the 37, 20, and 6 Arizona Coyotes, because year 6 may be a year to remember.